here with one of the great men in world sports. I mean, sports in Ghana is so dynamic and it cuts across all sectors of the globe. We've got football, we've got hockey, we've got horse racing, we've got athletics, and of course, we've got boxing. And the great man here himself is here to take us through what all that he knows about boxing. Whether he himself is a boxer, whether he's a promoter. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Mr. Micheal Amoo-Bediako.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very good, very good, very good.
I can see you look very, very good.
Thank you.
Well, most people do not really know you. Others just see your face on telly. Others just see you when it comes to big bouts. They see you in the stands or in the corner. But I'd like to tell you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a boxing manager / promoter here in Ghana. Also manage fighters in the US and the UK as well. Started managing about 15 years ago.
Wow.
And we're going from strength to strength. I set up a company called Streetwise Management, and yeah, things are going really well.
Okay. You talk about the Streetwise Management, and I understand you are the CEO of that. What was the motive or the ambitions behind setting up this organization?
Well, you know, sometimes when you set up an organisation, it gives you more recognition. People sit up and listen more so than if you're a single entity, so to speak. So it was about setting up the business and hopefully getting it out there in the public so that they would recognise a brand that could manage boxers.
Okay, wow. That's it, because I've been following your organisation for some time, and I can see the good works, especially on social media, every time pushing up. What do you see goes into management in terms of boxing?
There's a lot of things that go into management. First and foremost, you have to kind of find the talent. You know, you have to find the talent. Then you have to decide whether that talent is worth investing in. You know, and then as you go on, time goes on, more and more obstacles start to come to your way, and it's different. Every boxer has a different set of kind of obstacles that are thrown in front of you. Some because of where they come from, some because of what weight division they're in, and so forth and so forth. So there's not one single formula of how to manage. You know, boxers have got different temperaments. You know, some boxers are quiet, some boxers want to be showmen. So there's lots of different things that, you know, you have to deal with and contend with. But you can only do that once you start the ball rolling.
You talk about talent. Do you feel we have a lot of potential here in Ghana?
It goes without saying. I mean, Ghana, we should have more world champions than we've got. You know, the talent pool is enormous. It's just that the infrastructure here, we don't seem to produce, you know, enough talent that challenges on a world stage.
Okay. Let's talk about promoting. I mean, that's the bigger picture most people tend to look at when it goes into boxing management. I mean, where my athletes will get a big bout here in Ghana, will be chasing world titles and all that. You have put people on the bigger stage. You have helped people to gain world ambitions. Can you take us through promoting, how you go about it here and also in UK?
Here it's hard because we don't get enough corporate bodies and TV companies investing in the sport. So it's very difficult to promote with any real major financial success to then reinvest into boxing. Obviously, when you go abroad, you have the bigger promoters that are well established. They've got TV funding. You know, they've got big companies investing in them. So me as a manager, it's easy, not easy should I say, but for one of my fighters to be represented in one of those big promoting companies, they take on all the work because they are established. And for me, it's just about producing the talent and then getting it to them over in the United States or in America.
Okay. One of your guys, I would say your boys, that's what we may call it in other sectors of sports, Richard Comey.
Yeah.
What would you say about Richard Comey in general before we come to his
in general, he's just a fantastic human being, pleasure to work with. You know, very, very focused, very determined. You know, very disciplined in his approach to his craft, and you couldn't want a better boxer to work with. You know, I mean, he's the example that I give to everybody when it comes to what type of boxer to manage. For me, it's just, you know, fantastic.
He recently lost his title. What next for him? Is it all planning towards gaining the title back?
Yeah, I mean,
and going much further into other divisions as well?
Yeah, I mean, he just recently won in February in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
He headlined a show there for Top Rank, and it was live on FMSPORTS across America. And it was he had a viewing average, I think, of nearly 700,000. So it was great exposure for him. And that was the first fight back after a 14-month layoff after losing his title, because obviously COVID hit and we had this world pandemic, so it's been difficult. But now that he's back, we're looking to get him out again soon, June, July, and it's all geared up to regaining his world title.
Okay, so probably by the end of the year we should expect a world title from your company.
I'm hoping so. You know, boxing's a funny game. You know, 1 minute you're on top of the world and you're negotiating for world titles, and then another minute someone else is coming behind you and got the opportunity. So there's no guarantees, but that's what we're aiming for.
Okay. Basically, it's always the Olympics that give Ghanaians some little bit of hope, and we are glad to see some boxers in Ghana getting onto the Olympics stage as well. What are your take on those boxers that have qualified so far?
Yeah, I've had a look. I went to see them train a couple of times since on my visit here, and you know, they've got a great head coach, Coach Asari, who's done fantastic work with them with limited resources, I must say. You know, they've not had the best of help, but he's managed to get 3 boxers qualified, so that's a fantastic achievement. And the boxers themselves, you know, we're expecting high things of them, you know, and hopefully, you know, given the opportunity, they make Ghana proud.
Okay. One aspect that we want to consider is also branding of athletes. Recently, Richard Comey became a global ambassador, and he also became a board member of that same organization. What are the takes of athletes rebranding themselves and personally giving themselves a bigger exposure than mere boxing as a sport itself?
With what we do with, in terms of Richard, myself, and when we set up the Streetwise Foundation, it's all about giving back. We've learnt the hard way how difficult it can be to get to the top. So we know the dangers and the obstacles that are in front of you, you know. So for us, setting up the foundation was just about us giving back and hoping that we can help to produce more boxers, world champions from Ghana. And then everything else we do after that is just about awareness of you know, our conscience, you know, what we feel is necessary for us to do. You know, when you get to some level of success, I think it's your duty to give something back. So it's important for us, and we like to do that.
Okay. Finally, your role of the media in sports, to be precise, boxing. What are your comments? What are your suggestions? That should the media engage in more? They should hype the sport more. They should promote it more. I
was disappointed in Richard's last fight, I must say. In his last fight in Las Vegas, where he headlined in Las Vegas in the MGM Grand, where likes of the great Floyd Mayweather had most of his fights, you know, live on ESPN, and we barely got any coverage in Ghana from the media. I was bitterly disappointed. One of your top athletes in the country, you know, is carrying the flag of Ghana abroad on foreign shores, and the lack of media presence from Ghana was just, I was just very, very disappointed. And I think if we're going to promote the sport further, and we're going to get bigger corporate bodies coming into the sport, the media have a role to play in that, you know. And what's the point if being media if you're not going to come and cover events like this when a champion like Richard Comey is fighting in America and there's no media presence whatsoever, just a handful, a token. It's not good enough.
Okay. Finally, your words to the boxing fraternity, family, especially the upcoming elections which are around the corner.
The upcoming elections, to be quite honest, it doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't matter. What needs to be done is a plan of action needs to be made. You know, the infrastructure has to be looked at, and whoever wins needs to help guide Ghanaian boxing, you know, through some changes. It's going to be difficult, but they need to happen. You know, we can't have shows finishing at 4 or 5 in the morning. You know, how's a TV company gonna want to come and say, right, we're going to commit to a program, and it doesn't start until 4 hours late and finishes in the middle of the morning? It's not going to happen. You know, so you know, we need change. I mean, the previous GBA have done some good work, but we need to keep improving. We need to keep looking at other organisations, boxing organisations around the world, and we have to play catch up, and we have to do it. Otherwise, boxing is not going to be financially beneficial to anybody, and the boxers are going to keep looking to go elsewhere outside of boxing, you know, or outside of the country to make their name for themselves, when they can make their name for themselves here.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time. I wish you the best of luck.
No problem. Thank you very much for coming down.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody out there, I want you to give some support to FM Sports GH. They're doing a fantastic job covering minor sports and larger scale sports throughout the country. So keep watching, keep listening. They're doing a great job.